Hi, Steve Draper here again in my workshop in Bellevue, Nebraska. Today I thought I'd talk to you about T-nuts and T-bolts, which are used to attach fixtures to your fence or to your main table on your Shopsmith. And some people want to know what are the difference between the two of them and when do you use the T-bolts and when do you use the T-nuts. So I put here on the table an array of different options that are available that you can purchase from Shopsmith to use on your fence or on your table. And the first thing I want to show you is here what's called the T-bolt. And this is your item number right here. It comes in sets of 4, and as you can see here, it has a T-nut with a bolt already embedded in it. And the threading on the T-bolts here is 5/16-18, which obviously has a matching knob that will go on it. And that's this item right here. This is the item number for the matching knob. And this, as you see, it says phone on here. You won't find this on the website, but if you call customer service or talk to them on the phone, you can order these individually. These come individually. And of course, you can see it just fits right onto the T-bolt itself. Now the T-bolts themselves, they come in sets of 4. Now, if you don't want to order these separately like this, you can order them as a complete set. And these come in sets of 4, and they will come with the T-bolt and the knob. And it's going to have a spacer that you can put on, which is optional, and also has a washer that comes with it as well. And these come as sets of 4, and of course, here is your item number right here. And you'll find that online if you want to order online, or you can call on the phone if you want to do that as well. So those are the T-bolts. Now, for the T-nuts, the T-nut is, of course, just a T-bolt without that center bolt on it. And the threading on here is not 5/16 in the center, it's 3/8. And they have a matching knob with the post on it that will thread into there. There we go. And you can order each of these separately in sets of 4. And for the T-nut, here's your item number for the T-nut. And here's your item number for the matching knob and post that would go through it. Now, there is one other option with these T-nuts, and that is you can use this knob here, which is 1/4-20 threads, and that fits on either end. That's the 2 small holes on the end of the T-nut, which will thread in there like that. And these are orderable, and they come in sets of 4 also. Okay, so now the question is, which ones do you use into which applications? It's really a matter of personal preference on your part. Now, I'll show you one application that Shopsmith uses for attaching the fence, the extension fence, which you can purchase for going on your fence to make it have more height for vertical operations or other type of things you're doing. And you'll notice on here, it has on the back side 2 T-nuts, and it's being attached with a small button head screw, which has 1/4-20 threads with 5/32, which I can use my all-purpose tool on. And I'll just loosen that, and I'll loosen the other one. And now we just line this up on here. Put that nut, will slide into here. And the other one, that in there. Okay. And I would position this wherever I wanted to do it. And then I would take my Allen wrench and just tighten that up, both of them. Now you notice here on the application for using T-nuts that you've got to have whatever you're using, it's got to be a specific length because you don't want to bottom that out in the T-nut. So for example, if I were using this to attach my T-nut, if I screw it in too far, you see that's going to bottom out on the bottom of my fence, and I won't be able to get my item tight, and I would have to have my item thickness be this thickness or greater in order to do it that way. Or I would have to use something short like Shopsmith did here and have it embedded in the side of the item right here. So that's those. And here you can see it a little bit better here. And I'll turn around the back side. You can see back side here. Okay. So now let me slide that off so you can see what that looked like, sliding that off on the back side. Here we go. Loosen that one. We'll loosen this one. And now you'll see here on this end down here, as I pull that out, here's that T-nut that's sliding out of the slot. And that one's sliding out of the slot right there. So that's for using the T-nuts. Now for T-bolts, now this is an L fence that I like to use on mine. And of course, you see I have back on the back side T-bolts I have on here with a knot. What I put on a brass knurled one. And the reason I did on this application, and I will put it on here so I can show you why I use brass knurled ones instead of the Shopsmith ones. As I mentioned, these are 5/16-18 threads. Okay, so when my fence is flat on a table, I want this to be able to adjust to go anywhere from flat on the table to up to 3/4 of an inch to accommodate doing a dado up to 3/4 inch deep or deeper. So that's why I used the knurled ones here, because I can pull it up a little bit higher than what I would be able to do if I had the Shopsmith knob on there. So that's what I did in that particular application. In this application, this is one that I use when I do horizontal boring, and you can see I've used T-bolts on here, and here I have the Shopsmith knob and washer that I put on for this, and the spacer as well. I used the complete set when I did this one. And this one's adjustable also up and down if I want to. Then I'll show you this as we remove it. Again, here you'll see the T-bolt sliding out of the slot in there as I slide it out. And then this is another little jig that I've made that I use for different things. And This one I can mount. Again, I use the T-bolt with the knob and a washer on it. I can mount this particular one to use it for stops for drilling, or I can put it on the table for attaching things to the table. And this particular one I can also put on the top and do down through the top here as well. So those are some applications that. So hopefully this helps you to distinguish and makes a decision on which option is best for you in your particular application for using either the T-bolt or the T-nut. And I'll tell you, these are designed and made by Shopsmith specifically for the Shopsmith system. They fit just perfectly. You will not find any other manufacturer that makes a T-bolt or a T-nut that fits as precisely in the Shopsmith system as the Shopsmith one. So even though I don't work for Shopsmith, I like the accessories that they make for their machines. They're designed for their machines. So again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please check the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can get future postings of future videos that I happen to produce. If there's something you like or don't like, please submit a comment. I enjoy having constructive feedback. Some of the feedback I've gotten recently I've taken to heart and I'm actually doing. First is I've got a new microphone here, so the sound is much better than you've seen on previous videos. I've replaced my squeaky shoes. You're no longer hearing the squeaky shoes, and you're no longer seeing my back to the camera anymore. So just keep the good comments coming, and I'll make these videos better and better. Thanks for watching. Again, Steve Draper, Bellevue, Nebraska.